The past is a foreign country, but its battlefields are eerily familiar. The clash of steel, the thunder of hooves, the cries of the dying. These echoes reverberate through time, reminding us of the timeless dance of conflict. But beyond the carnage, we find the stories of remarkable individuals. Generals who, through cunning, charisma, or sheer ruthlessness, shape the destiny of empires. These are the titans of the battlefield, whose names are etched in legend. Their stories are not just tales of bygone eras, they are blueprints of strategy, leadership, and the human condition, brimming with lessons relevant even today. So join me as we journey through the annals of history, exploring the lives and legacies of these military masters. From the sun-baked plains of Gaugamela to the frozen wastelands of the Russian steppe, their exploits have captivated generations. These generals were not simply commanders of armies. They were masters of logistics, strategists of the highest order, and often charismatic leaders who inspired unwavering loyalty in their troops. Their stories are a testament to the enduring power of human ambition, the fickle hand of fate, and the enduring impact of conflict on the course of civilization. Their brilliance on the battlefield, often paired with a keen understanding of politics and human psychology, allowed them to achieve the seemingly impossible. They marched armies across continents, toppled empires, and left behind legacies that continue to shape our world. But they were not flawless demigods. They were products of their time, shaped by the brutal realities of war and the customs of their cultures. Prepare yourself, for the saga of these military titans is not for the faint of heart. It's a journey into the heart of human conflict, a glimpse into the minds of those who commanded legions and altered the course of history. It's a journey that will challenge your perceptions, ignite your imagination, and leave you with a profound appreciation for the enduring legacy of these battlefield titans. Alexander of Macedon, a name synonymous with military genius. Ascending to the throne at the tender age of 20, he inherited a powerful army forged by his father, Philip II. But Alexander's ambitions knew no bounds. He envisioned a world united under Hellenic rule, and his relentless pursuit of this vision would lead him on one of the greatest military campaigns in history. His first conquest, the Persian Empire, was a sprawling behemoth that had long threatened the Greek world. At Granicus River, Issus, and finally Gaugamela, Alexander faced Persian armies that dwarfed his own. Yet, through a combination of tactical brilliance, unwavering courage, and an uncanny ability to inspire his troops, he crushed the Persian resistance. His victories were not merely a testament to brute force. They were masterpieces of military art. Alexander was a master of combined arms warfare, seamlessly integrating his companion cavalry, Macedonian phalanx, and auxiliary forces. He understood the psychological dimensions of warfare, often employing bold maneuvers and lightning-fast strikes to shatter the morale of his enemies before the first blow was even struck. His pursuit of the Persian king Darius III across hundreds of miles demonstrated his logistical genius and the unwavering commitment he demanded of his men. But Alexander's ambition did not end with the conquest of Persia. He pushed his army further eastward, across the Hindu Kush into the heart of modern-day Afghanistan and Pakistan. He faced fierce resistance from local rulers, most notably at the Battle of the Hydaspes River against King Porus. This battle, though a victory for Alexander, showcased the limits of his army's endurance and reach. Exhausted and facing mutiny, Alexander was forced to turn back, his dreams of conquering India unfulfilled. Hannibal Barca. The name still inspires dread, echoing across the centuries from the heart of the Roman Republic's darkest hour. Born into a Carthaginian noble family, Hannibal was practically raised on tales of his city's rivalry with Rome. This rivalry culminated in the First Punic War, a conflict that ended in Carthaginian defeat and fueled a burning desire for vengeance in young Hannibal's heart. When the Second Punic War erupted, Hannibal, now a seasoned general, executed a plan so audacious it seemed ripped from the pages of myth. He would march his army, complete with war elephants, over the Pyrenees and Alps, directly into the heart of Italy. This logistical nightmare of a journey, fraught with treacherous mountain passes, hostile tribes, and the biting cold, would have crushed a lesser commander. But Hannibal, through sheer force of will and strategic brilliance, led his army across the Alps, appearing as if from thin air on the Roman doorstep. What followed was a string of crushing victories. At Trebia, Trasimene, and most famously Cannae, Hannibal outmaneuvered and annihilated larger Roman armies. His tactical genius lay in his ability to exploit the rigidity of Roman formations, using his superior cavalry and cunning maneuvers to encircle and destroy his foes. Cannae, in particular, became a textbook example of annihilation warfare, a battle studied by military minds for centuries. Yet, despite his battlefield prowess, Hannibal's campaign ultimately ended in defeat. Unable to capture Rome itself and facing stubborn Roman resistance, he was eventually forced to return to Africa to defend Carthage from a Roman invasion. At the Battle of Zama, he faced his nemesis, Scipio Africanus, a Roman general who had learned well from Hannibal's tactics. Defeated and facing the destruction of his beloved Carthage, Hannibal lived out his remaining years in exile, a cautionary tale of unfulfilled vengeance and the ephemeral nature of military glory. Gaius Julius Caesar, a name that resonates with power, ambition, and the very essence of Roman might. He was a man of contradictions, a ruthless general, a cunning politician, a gifted writer, and a figure whose assassination would mark the death knell of the Roman Republic. Caesar's military career was as meteoric as it was consequential, his legions carving out a vast empire and setting the stage for the rise of imperial Rome. It was during the Gallic Wars that Caesar's military genius truly came to the fore. Tasked with subduing the fiercely independent tribes of Gaul, modern-day France, he embarked on a brutal 8-year campaign that showcased both his military prowess and his political acumen. At Alesia, he faced Vercingetorix, a charismatic Gallic chieftain who united the tribes against Roman rule. The ensuing siege of Alesia was a testament to Roman engineering and Caesar's strategic brilliance. He constructed a double ring of fortifications, effectively besieging both the Gallic forces within Alesia and the relief army that arrived to break the siege. Caesar's victory at Alesia broke the back of Gallic resistance and cemented his reputation as a military titan. He was not just a brilliant tactician, he was a master of logistics, able to keep his legions supplied and reinforced even in the depths of hostile territory. He understood the importance of morale, rewarding his soldiers handsomely and sharing in their hardships. He was also a master of propaganda, documenting his campaigns in his own words, ensuring that the Roman people were well aware of his accomplishments. Caesar's military exploits were not confined to the battlefields of Gaul. He went on to conquer Egypt, securing it as a vital breadbasket for Rome. His campaigns in Egypt also entangled him in a scandalous affair with Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, further adding to his legend. However, it was his victory in the Roman Civil War against his former ally, Pompey the Great, that propelled him to the pinnacle of power, making him the undisputed master of Rome. From the depths of the Eurasian steppe emerged Attila, the fearsome warlord of the Huns. A name whispered with a mix of terror and awe, Attila's reign of terror left an indelible mark on the psyche of the late Roman world. Leading a confederation of nomadic tribes, his reign was marked by unparalleled brutality, lightning-fast raids, and a legacy of destruction that still resonates centuries later. Attila's Huns were a force unlike anything the Roman world had ever seen. Mounted archers, renowned for their accuracy and deadliness, rained arrows from afar, softening up enemy formations before the Huns' heavy cavalry charged in for the kill. Their tactics emphasized speed, mobility, and overwhelming force, allowing them to terrorize vast swaths of Europe with impunity. Cities trembled at the mere mention of his name, for Attila's raids were notorious for their ruthlessness and brutality. His campaigns targeted the Eastern and Western Roman empires, already weakened by internal strife and economic decline. He extorted vast sums of tribute from the Romans, threatening to unleash his ferocious warriors if his demands were not met. At the Battle of the Catalonian Plains, Attila's forces clashed with a coalition of Roman and Visigothic armies led by the Roman general Aetius and the Visigothic king Theodoric III. The battle was a bloody stalemate, a testament to the ferocity of both sides. Although Attila's advance into Gaul was halted at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains, his reputation as the Scourge of God remained intact. He continued to terrorize the remnants of the Western Roman Empire, sacking and pillaging cities and leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. Attila's reign of terror came to an abrupt end in 453 AD, when he died under mysterious circumstances, reportedly on his wedding night. Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Sword of Allah, stands as a paragon of military prowess in the early Islamic conquests. A skilled warrior and a brilliant tactician, Khalid played a pivotal role in the rapid expansion of the Islamic Empire under the Prophet Muhammad and his immediate successors. His conversion to Islam came at a crucial juncture, and his military genius would prove instrumental in spreading the nascent religion across Arabia and beyond. Khalid's early military career was marked by his opposition to Muhammad and the early Muslims. However, his strategic acumen and battlefield prowess were undeniable, even to his enemies. Upon his conversion to Islam, he brought his military experience and tactical brilliance to the service of the burgeoning Muslim community. His strategic brilliance was evident in his ability to adapt to changing circumstances and unfamiliar enemies. He led the Muslim armies to a string of decisive victories, crushing rebellions in Arabia, conquering Persia, and wresting control of Syria and Palestine from the Byzantine Empire. His victories at Yarmouk and al-Qadisiyah are considered masterpieces of military strategy, showcasing his ability to outmaneuver and outwit numerically superior enemy forces. At Yarmouk, he faced a massive Byzantine army intent on crushing the Muslim forces and reclaiming Syria. Khalid's brilliant use of terrain, his skillful deployment of cavalry, and his understanding of Byzantine tactics led to a crushing Muslim victory, effectively ending Byzantine rule in Syria. What set Khalid apart was not just his tactical brilliance, but also his understanding of the psychological dimensions of warfare. He knew how to exploit the enemy's weaknesses, sow discord among their ranks, and demoralize them before the battle even began. He was a master of deception, often using feints and flanking maneuvers to outsmart and outflank his opponents. His ability to inspire his troops, coupled with his reputation for fairness and justice, earned him the unwavering loyalty of his men.